My name is Bigla Lumpe of 380, and I am going to be enlightening you people about the relationship between JAM score and screening score. So first of all, this video is meant for 2026-2027 university aspirants. So if you're an aspirant, ensure you follow me and stay tuned. So first of all, what is screening score? Screening score is a combination of O-level result and JAM score. And what is the relationship? JAM score is the requirement that is going to get you qualified to apply. Do you get? And what I mean is, the cutoff mark for Osun State University is 160. You need to have the minimum of 160 for you to apply. But for courses like medicine and surgery, nursing, radiography, pharmacology, MLS, law, Islamic study, and others, you have to have the minimum of 200 JAM score. So if you have below 200 for your JAM, you can still study a lot of courses. But for this particular course, like those courses that I listed, you cannot. So if you have below 160 as well, you cannot study any course in Osun State University. Thank you very much. So moving on, I'm going to be citing an example for you guys. Because having a very high JAM score doesn't determine your admission. Far from that. The only thing that determines that guarantees your admission is high screening score. So this is it. A candidate that has 70% screening score and has 200 JAM score, and a candidate that has 250 JAM score with 60% screening score, the one with 70% screening score has the chances of gaining admission than the other person. And what I can say is, meeting up with your cutoff mark in university, like meeting up the particular screening point for your department for the course that you choose, doesn't guarantee your admission, because in university admission is going to be given to the best before the others. So the example of what I'm trying to say is this: if your department, the course that you choose, the screening points, like the cutoff is 60%, and they are going to be taking 3%, you feel me? And you have 60, you have that particular 60, they have somebody that have 70 points, 75 points, 80 points, 65. They are going to choose the best three. And even for the fact that you meet up with that particular course, like that particular point, you might still not get admission. Luckily for some people, they are going to be transferred to another department, but for some, they are automatically not going to gain admission. So let me also enlighten you people about competitiveness of a course. Some courses are very, very competitive, like they are highly competitive. Let me make an example. Courses like zoology, plant biology, geology, they are very, very, like they are less competitive. With the screening point of 50, 60, you can easily get admission to those departments. But you see courses like computer science, pharmacology, medicine, radiography, MLS, and others, even with 70 points, you are still going to be struggling to gain admission. So that is it. And let me also enlighten you guys about admission quota. I said it to those people that are currently in 100 level. Some of them listened. Fortunately, they gain admission. When some of them enter my DM, we calculate their screening points together, and I personally told them rather, not to choose that particular course, because if they do, actually they meet up with the cutoff, but it is very competitive and they are not even higher than the cutoff. So they listened and they gain admission. So admission quota is the number of a student that a particular department that the course you chose can admit, and they will not overdo it. So if the admission quota for a department is 300, automatically they are going to be taking 300 students. So if the screening point, like the cutoff for them to admit, is 80 points, like 80% screening score, you guys get me, and you have that 80, we have other people that have exactly 100, that have 90, that have 95. They are going to choose those people, and even with your 80, you might still not get admission. So when you guys are choosing course, ensure you find out about how competitive those courses are. So with this that I've been explaining, I hope you guys understand that now your JAM score doesn't guarantee your admission. Yes, what matter is your screening score. And one thing you guys also need to understand, I told you that the requirement for the screening score mainly is your O-level result and your JAM score. So now let's talk about O-level result. For you to get admission into university for JAM, you have to have minimum of 160 JAM score. So for O-level results, for your 5 main subjects, your 5 main course, for science, that is going to be math, English, biology, chemistry, and physics. You have to have like 5 A's, 5 C's rather, C, yes, minimum of 5 C. I mean, the least should be C6. She doesn't take D7, E8, and others. And if you're an aspirant that you're just writing your O level, you cannot gain admission to university with WAEC GC or NECO GC, because admission is going to be closing by September. So there is no way you're going to meet up with the result. I think with this, you guys are going to understand the relationship between screening score and JAM score. Also, I want to tell you guys that whenever we're talking about university screening exam, like screening score, screening form, it is nothing like exam. Yes, you don't have to come to Osun State University. No, it is not a physical exam. It is not a training. You don't have to come down here. It is going to be form. You obtain it online. Alright, you're going to obtain it online, and you provide necessary information. That is it. So when you add about screening, it is not an exam. You just provide the necessary info. You do that. And because I said initial screening, you're not going to be writing post-it TME, that doesn't guarantee you that your admission is sure. Ask those that processed admission last time. Half of them, no, 3/4 of them did not gain admission. Only quarter of them gain admission. And I know that part of those are going to be lucky enough to gain admission. You are going to be there. So guys, stay tuned and engage. Let me know if there is something else you really want me to talk about. Thank you very much.